back with Brunch, a taste of Tobago. I told you guys that it's a wonderful day. It's a wonderful Wednesday on the island of Tobago. And I'm so happy that I get to meet such wonderful people. I always make the point that I meet such wonderful people. And I was recently having that conversation about women in Calypso, veterans in Calypso, pioneers who braved that male-oriented and male-dominated space and created history. And my next guests speak so candidly to that. So I welcome to the set, without further ado, Miss Ingrid Prophet, Lady Ivy, and of course, Miss Lynette Steele, Lady Gypsy. Good morning to you.
Hey, good morning.
And welcome to Brunch.
Welcome. Pleasure is ours. Pleasure is ours to be here as usual.
Yes. So
and pleasure to meet you. You know, I feel so proud of that.
Yes.
Knowing I was there from your beginning.
You were there, and with my dad with the guitar, you were there, and always coming and supporting me, and everybody else was negative, and Ivy always have a positive word.
Of course.
And I would never forget that. That stayed with me. Yeah. So how are you doing? How are you guys doing?
Well, I'm good. I'm happy. As you know, the entertainers opening tonight.
Right.
Launching today, 2 p.m. Reason being that is because, you know, we have cruise ship coming in, and I'm seeing tourists walking up and down, and there's nothing for them to see. We are full of talent in Tobago. And, you know, my daughter takes her. She came and she said, Mom, why don't we do a midday show in town? I was like, she thinking like me.
That's a wonderful idea.
Because there was never that idea,
first
never.
time in history, yeah.
You know, when they come in, you see them with the Bieber hat and the scissors still and thing. Tobago is much more than that.
Yes.
You know, and I know I saw them, you know, when they go to different countries, they go to see the talent and to eat the food of the country they are in. And just now they ask her, if you see they're walking up and down, there's nothing. Sorry. Yeah. I didn't work with a music track.
Yeah.
You know, because they're just walking and they're looking for something to do, but there's nothing to do. Well, there's where the entertainers come in.
Right.
The entertainers are here to entertain. We entertain in harvest, wedding, funeral, just name it, birthday. The entertainers there. We have something for every season. Yeah.
Well, I love the idea of a day tent. Like you said, it has never been done before.
Never.
So this is definitely marking a historical event. But Lady Gypsy, let me speak to you just a little bit, because I am so in awe of you guys because of the strength that you have. There is a strength that it conquers, to me, it conquers the test of time. I would have grown up looking at you, experiencing your music, experiencing your legacy, as you called yourself, the Dragon Lady.
I did not call myself so.
Okay.
I dubbed that because of the curiosity
in
my music.
You're like a tigress, yes. Because I hear this at the Dragon Lady.
Yeah, I was dubbed that,
Yeah. And you being here is such a wonderful addition.
Of course.
And
enhancement.
Yes.
Thank you all for having me in Tobago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Ivy speaks about you so many times.
Yeah, that's my girl.
I actually knew you were coming
before
long
anybody
before
Okay.
we even had this interview. She was talking about you. And you in the Calypso arena, there's some people that you just do not forget. They leave a legacy, they leave a stamp, they leave a mark wherever they touched on, as we say. And I have two of you right here, because that is what you embody to me as a performer, as an artist, as a creative, whatever you want to call us. You embody that. There's a strength that you have.
If I can continue.
Yes, you can.
The first time I met Lady Gypsy was in 1990 when I won Tobago Calypso Queen.
Right.
That year she sang Life Relay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that song.
Life Relay.
Life Relay that we are running. You better take heed for the generation that's coming. And that song, I look at that, I listen to the song. I say, wow. And years after, I saw her again. But I always admire her because To me, she sings Calypso.
Yes.
Some people might not like her style, but Calypso, the Calypsonian is the voice of the people. And the Calypsonian is supposed to relate and talk because the people cannot talk for themselves. And that's
Yes.
what she does.
Like a messenger.
That's how it
She
used,
is.
It used to be like
She
that.
is a messenger.
But in the 20s, you know, I just say 2K4. You know, like people like they're scared, like how, you know, it used to be in the 70s and in the early 80s when Shadow opened Masters. Then we were me, Crocro, Rio, my brother Gypsy, and a few others. Funny, we, you know, we had, and Calypso used to dominate because people used to come forward to the tent
To hear
and listen. Calypso, you get
Calypso.
humor, you get political, and you know, and it used to be like raw Calypso where
Yes.
people use a voice.
Voice of
But
the
now, like, people like they're scared of doing that because of politics that got so deeply involved into
Oh,
Calypso
yes,
that they kind of gag people. But you know, I am one of the last. Normally, I tell people I am Sojourner Truth. If you know who she was a slave, a black slave, and she was a woman with. Although she was a slave, she was a very powerful black woman that
Right.
when Master used to be having conversation, they used to invite her on behalf of her people.
Okay.
That's how she was, and that is who I am.
Yes, that
Because I'm a
voice.
person like this, nobody will gag me. I am real. I'm a composer of every song I sing,
Yes.
and I speaks and I sing the truth, and all comes from within.
Yeah, and you know, there's some powerful words.
Very, very
I
powerful.
I bow to no one.
Yep.
And that's what comes when I listen to you guys. I think both of you complement each other so well because there is that bond that you have.
Yeah.
There is that strength that you have.
Yeah.
That character that you have. And Ivy, you know, you are a warrior. You are a warrior.
I'm not gonna swallow something. If something is
Yes.
wrong,
Yeah.
it is
Yes.
wrong. And I have learned that the hard way. I will tell you something. When I started singing Calypso, you had to sing to win a crown.
Yes.
Now it's who you know and who know you.
Yeah.
And that is what is killing. Although people saying Calypso not dying, in Tobago, Calypso is almost dead. I don't know how they're looking at it. But once you see people like Joe Temple Caesar, Ras Ringo, these are the people who sing Calypso. I'm not talking about a whole dictionary.
The defenders of the art.
Yeah,
Defenders
Calypso,
of the art.
Yeah.
That's
Calypso is Calypso. Calypso must have a message. Especially this year, I've been listening some Calypsos, and I was like, wow. Because after Carnival, you wouldn't remember a line from none of those songs. And to me, that's not Calypso. To me, that's not Calypso. So the entertainers, we vow to keep Calypso alive in Tobago. I told some of my artists, I say, you have a serious song? Go face the judge. We are here to entertain. And when you come by me, just let me sit down and feel good to see you entertaining the people. And we've been doing that.
You know, that's another part of the art form. I think that is killing the art.
Killing it.
Yes.
The judge, this competition business. You
Too
know,
much
with
competition.
the judging it makes enemy
It breeds
peers then,
animosity,
you know,
animosity.
and I think it's time, you know, that they you know, you keep a big show and you give entertainers
Awards
the
and
same thing
stuff.
you're giving in Skinner Park, like the semi-final.
Awards.
Yes.
You understand me? You do that and you give people who deserve whatever, and you know, everybody get a piece of money and whatever.
Yes.
You got this tension that every year that people have to find
breeds
new
animosity.
Compete, yes, that
It's
competition.
Michael Jackson and all the other guys and them in foreign.
Yeah, no
Right?
competition.
Been singing for 10 and 20 years.
Yeah.
And the same song been playing. Why it is every year we have to be fighting ourselves to find new songs? I mean, it is hard, you know.
Yes.
And then you have to find
It's
the
a
money now
struggle.
to
To
put out
record.
into
record.
the studio for the
Record
season.
and stuff.
And then some of us ain't making it back.
You're making
Yeah.
nothing.
It's hard.
And sometimes you don't even hear the song.
Because-
Yeah.
The way that you
Well, I
need
mean,
to
well, mine you will hear
them.
because, you know, I'm always controversial.
I promise. I promise to put
Mine
out a
you will
couple of
always-
yes.
Yeah.
All the
I have
time.
a problem with space when
No.
coming to Carnival. Trust me.
I look at Calypso as Calypso is my career. I could cook, I could wash, I'm a good housewife, but Calypso is my career.
Yes.
Calypso has given me everything I have today, with my property, everything.
Yes.
And now I am seeing a trend happening in Tobago where all the money going to one family. I must say this publicly, because it seems to me like nobody not looking at it. You're winning the monarch in tongue, you're winning the monarch in country, and you're going straight to Queen's Park. When was those decisions taken? Who decide that? You know.
So is it
we are members of TUCO. This year make us 20 years as running a tent. The first year TUCO gave us $25,000. I have the records to show.
Right.
$25,000. And then things start to go bad, and from that, so 19 years we are running without assistance from our organization that we are paying money to every year. And I would like to be given the position right here this morning to say I am no member, no longer a member of TUCO.
Okay.
Because I've been paying dues every year and no representation. The majority of the artists in the entertainers tent are members of TUCO. And when I tell you artists, we are the only tent that go to Trinidad every year to perform. Unless you will go to Skinner Park. We go Caranage, we go Mova, we go. Not a cent from our organization. So I want to repeat again publicly, as of today, Lady IB is no longer a member of TUCO. I am going to do what I have to do. Because I don't want to be no part of no corruption, darling.
Yes.
I stand for truth, I stand for right, and I stand for justice. Right? It have people who buying songs, and the only time you see them is competition. They will win 150,000, they will win 100,000, and you don't see them again until competition. And mind you, these people cannot write a line. One man writing for about 4 people.
Oh, wow.
And these are the 4 people that winning all the money into Bago every year. And you can't stop them. Because as I said before, and I say it again, and I will keep on saying, Tobago TUCO is like a runaway horse. I don't want to call name because you know when I call name I end up in court.
Yeah, let's
but
not
this
call
is wrong.
names.
This is wrong.
And
No, I ain't calling no name.
You, Lady Gypsy.
I ain't calling no name. No, I'm not afraid of no. Because when I am speaking the truth, I stand tall. I don't care where it carry me.
Something confuses me though.
Yeah.
I want to know that now we for the last couple of years Tobago been having its carnival.
Yeah.
Now the Calypsonian from Tobago comes to Trinidad every year to compete. So how come we can't compete in Tobago?
Who say that?
But there's nothing. I know because I saw.
There's a gentleman
wait. Dilly Sweden.
There's a gentleman.
Let me finish.
Let me hear Lady Gypsy.
Dilly Sweden. No, I mean no.
Yeah.
I can call his name. He was up.
You know.
He lives in my tongue in Sapari. I live for Sapari, Trinidad, and I'm half Yankee too. I live in Maryland.
Yeah.
What I'm saying. He competed in Tobago, and I think when he came second,
he is who they chose to go to
what I'm
Queen's
saying
Park.
is why it is that when he whatever category came, I heard a big uproar after it because he was a Trinidadian, and that was being said.
Okay.
He's a Trinidadian. If half his mother is from Tobago, and if I me, you know who, if it's either his dad or his mom from Trinidad.
So there was a conversation.
So then why it is everybody from Tobago comes to Trinidad for the carnival.
Yeah.
So then you all eating all your cake here and want to eat we on too.
Yeah.
Which I find is unfair. So if all you could come by
And
us
that's a very
Topic
relative
that been
that's
going
why
around all the
people don't like when I speak.
that
I speak the
we
truth.
have been
Yeah.
we have been sweeping that conversation
Under the rug.
under the
saying,
rug
right?
for a very long time. So
Yes.
I'm so happy that you brought it
Yes.
up because there have been times when even NACC, your brother,
Yeah.
Mr. Gypsy,
Yeah.
made certain comments and persons were not happy. But he really was defending Tobago and Tobago's stance on
At the
having a
time.
stand-alone carnival.
Yes, of
Which
course.
is
Yes,
what
I
we
respect
have,
him that for
which
that.
is
Yes.
what we have now.
Very good idea.
But then we had a standalone in Trinidad too.
Right,
Until Tobago don't come.
and this is the conversation that we need to have. We're not having those conversations.
Yeah,
and
that
that
is
is
the
important.
issue.
It is
and
unfair.
that
It
the
is unfair.
problem.
It is unfair.
Yeah, that's the
understand me?
problem.
Yeah.
It is unfair because it as we are
Alright.
Trinidad and Tobago. So if you come into Trinidad, I could come to Tobago.
That's
so then why
it.
watch me cookie eye when I come into Tobago? It don't make no sense. You know?
And that understanding is not there. So you guys have to come back because we go in on a whole other tangent,
And-
I feel we need to have another episode where you come back.
Yes,
So we're getting
if-
ready
if-
to wrap.
If
There's a lot of
I want to
stuff to talk
mention,
about.
I want to mention
So
something
mention
else.
quickly before we wrap.
I want to mention in Tobago, right? We had October, we had the Tobago Monarch. Now February, we have where every Calypso in Tobago could have entered. Now we have only the Windmont Monarch for February. Nobody past Mount St. George come down cannot enter in the country. I born in Roxburgh cannot enter there. So you see what's going on. The same people getting the slice of pie in town, getting the slice of pie in the country. And we who get up and talk about right and wrong, there is nothing for us. So how can we sit down
All right,
comfortable?
So we're
But
out of time. We're out
Yeah.
of time. You
Anyway-
guys definitely need to come back.
Anyway-
Right? We're going to take a break, guys. We're going to be right back with more
Yeah.
Brunch, a Taste of
Yeah.
Tobago. Before we do that, this popular tourist attraction is a staple of Tobago's vibrant nightlife. The answer at the end of the program. See you guys soon. And please stay tuned. Book Club Corner is up next. We'll be right back.